Welcome back. It is Game 4 of the NBA Finals. My name is Austin. We're back with some best bets and picks live from the cruise ship as we're cooking. However, we first must do a recap of how we did in Game 3. I won in one day. Nothing too bad from here. Tatum over in 31.5 points plus assists. Super free. What did he score? 31 points. Had 5 assists. Big second half. I don't think he made a single shot in the second half. That was not a layup. And then our 3-leg SGP did not hit. We had Tatum and Luka to both get 8 rebounds. They obviously did not come through. PJ Washington did, but Tatum and Doncic did not. We're sitting at about 35.67 units on the year. Not too bad. Obviously, we're at Game 4, and we're currently down 0-3, the Mavericks, that is. We do have a pending bet that was the over 5.5 games in this series. On life support, we need a Mavericks win in the worst way in Game 4, and if this is the final game of the NBA season, I appreciate you guys for tuning in each and every year. And day of the season, 35.67 units plus or minus whatever we get today. Not the best season we've ever had. Certainly always good to have a season in the positives, but certainly could have been much better. Had some cold streaks. I'm looking forward to next season already. Probably going to attack the season early with some bigger plays. Maybe 2, 3, maybe even a play next year. Really, like we dominate the first few months of the NBA season and then struggle a little bit towards the end. Maybe we'll try to fix that next season. But without further ado, you guys came here for some NBA picks. If you are new, like I said, my name's Austin. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, show some love down below, and hopefully I see you guys back for Game 5, which I believe is on Monday. And if that is the case, we see a Game 5 in the series, you'll see me back in my normal recording studio and not on a cruise ship. Although I've still been tapped in, it's still a little bit weird with the time delay, given every single game starts around 2:30 or 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. Let's dive into I tried to do this from a theater, but they were recording Barbie in Dutch, or playing that. Not going to do that to you guys. First pick of the day, Jrue Holiday over 23.5 raised. Now, call my wife, Trina, took this in Game 3. He flopped for her, and Trina has retired. She's behind the camera. She's retired from betting NBA. Maybe MLB. Maybe you can get her in there. She doesn't know anything about MLB. Maybe a nerfy. But Jrue Holiday, she was on this, and he did not come through. I still think he dominates and gets it done tonight. Now, obviously, if you were to back him in Game 1, he had 25 PRAs. We're pretty close to this line. In Game 2, big game. That was a game he scored 26 points, had like 40 PRAs. Next game in Game 3, did not have a great game. 4 for 9 from the field. I think he ended with an 18 PRAs. But obviously, Jason Tatum scored 30. Jaylen Brown scored 30. Not much going to go around when those two guys are dropping 30 points. However, I feel like they made a lot of defensive adjustments to slow down Jrue, but in turn, they gave up 30 points to Jaylen Brown, 30 points to Jason Tatum. I think at the end of the day, something's going to have to shove, and if you're going to give up someone to score a lot of points, you've already let Jaylen Brown cook you several times in the series. I think you're going to eventually live with Jrue Holiday making some open jump shots, or really just making shots in general. Sure, was his 9 for 9 at the rim in Game 2, sustainable? Not really, but I really think Jrue Holiday is capable of getting this done. He was over this line in 8 of his 9 previous games prior to Game 1 or Game 3. I just think this is a guy we know. Jrue can score 15, 20 points. He's done that before in the postseason. But he's also in the series had some games with 10 or so rebounds. And he's also, I believe, capable of getting an 8 assist type game. He's only had about 4 or 5 assists per game in this series. I just think there's going to be a game, maybe it's Game 4, where he randomly spawns in with 8 assists. You're like, how the heck did he get that? It's like those guys are knocking down shots for him. I think Jrue Holiday has a pretty big game. Obviously been one of the best players for the Celtics all postseason. I really like his over 23.5 PRAs. First pick of the day. I do like his points plus rebounds. If this bumps up to maybe 24.5, I don't mind it there, but I'd probably pivot maybe just the points plus rebounds. I really like Jrue Holiday, though, in Game 4, and hopefully we get to bet on him maybe in Game 5 as well. Second pick is going to go to a Dallas Maverick, and it's just the first quarter pick. A lot of people are going to be on this one, and for good reason. It's Luka Doncic over 8.5 first quarter points, minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, maybe by the time you're watching this has been bumped up to 9.5. I don't really have the numbers off the top of my head that Luka ended with 9 on the dot. I'd imagine, obviously, a guy like him, if he's going to get to 9 points, probably going to get to 10. Last 2 games in this series, he's at 13, though. So I really think Luka, we know he's dealing with a lot of injuries. I don't need to go through every single injury. I know he's getting some painkiller injections in the beginning of, right before games. So if you're going to back Luka and you like his points, I think it's reasonable to back the first quarter points. Now, if you look at Luka's regular points line, sitting at 32.5. Now, if you were to take the 32.5 under in all 3 games so far this series, you'd be rich. He's 0 for 3. He's gone under that line in every game. Eventually, I feel like he's going to go over that points line, and maybe it comes in Game 4. At the same time, I don't think he gets over at 32.5 points line without at least 9 points in the first quarter. We know Luka going to have the ball in his hands a lot. I don't have the news of if Kristaps Porzingis is active or not as I record this, but I think it's pretty well assumed that he's not playing. And even if he does play, when Kristaps is out there, I can't imagine he's even close to 100%. So they'll be attacking him every possession. I really think Luka starts off hot. Obviously ended last game, fouled out, terrible game for him from his standards. I mean, still getting 27, 6 and 6 is not terrible, but not a good efficient night from him. And he still hit the over in first quarter points. I really like his over, though, 8.5 first quarter points. Like I said, you could take it at 9.5, which is what FanDuel has it at, but DraftKings has the 8.5 as I record this at plus 120. Obviously, minus 125, I'll take that. But if it gets more juice, closer to minus 130, 35, 40, I'd probably pivot to just taking some plus value on the 9.5. Third pick of the day. It's going to be a guy that we made money with last game. And we're going to ask him to do a little bit something different in this game, and it's Jason Tatum. Over 15.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 102 on FanDuel. I'd be shocked if this line changed, but I think it's going to stick around the 15.5 rebounds and assist line. I honestly leaned Tatum under in points, but this does feel like a game, if you recall back to the Cleveland Cavaliers series, where Tatum had a game, I forget which game it was, probably game 3, where he shot 11 of 25, and I took his under the next game, shot 11 for 25 again. That's very similar to what he did in game 3, 11 for 26. I don't think you could take the Tatum under in points, but I think it's a bigger rebound and assist type game. I mean, we saw the last game, Tatum, 6 rebounds, only 5 assists. Not a big night for him in terms of piling up the stats. The rebound and assist chances weren't there, but he hit the over in games 1 and 2. Remember that game 2, he had 9 rebounds, 12 assists, and I really think he's going to have a good game rebounding the basketball. I mean, Tatum, we know, we've already seen in game 2, he had that 12 assist type game. He's capable of those 8, 10 assist type games, but he's also a guy that plays 40 plus minutes, and if the ball is bouncing his way for rebounds, it's a guy that could approach 12, 14 rebounds. He's done that before. I liked his over in rebounds, which is 9.5, and I was just going to take that, but I think it's better to take the rebounds plus assists on the off chance the assists are there. I mean, the ball's in his hands a ton. He's playing a ton of minutes. And look, last game, Jaylen Brown, 8 rebounds and 8 assists for him. That's totally unsustainable. And I think rebounds, the Celtics had the fewest rebounds in the series in game 3. Got a friend back there. He's tuning into the show. But I really think Tatum's going to have a good game rebounding and assisting. I mean, this has just been a number he's hit consistently time and time again, not just this postseason, last postseason as well. I really like Tatum's over in rebounds plus assists. If you need an individual line, probably just do the rebounds, but I really think the over in rebounds plus assists is pretty solid. I don't like his PRA line a ton. Just the rebounds and assists is what I'm going with. Like I said, rebounds at 9.5, but I also like at 5.5. I think there's some good value there. Coming off a down game in terms of both those categories. Give me them both. Now, I don't have any other leans, and I don't have Trina's POD as she's retired. She finished 6 and 6 on the season. Not terrible. She only spawns in for the conference finals in the finals. If I had to pick who I think wins this game, I mean, it feels like a bozo taking the Mavs, but you just know everyone's going to be on the Celtics. I feel like a lot of people shifted to, hey, the Mavs, and they had a chance in games 1 and 2. I want to see on the Mavs in game 3. Cooked. I doubt those psychos run it back in game 4, and I think the Mavs win this one, but I'm not putting my hard-earned money on Mavericks money line. I just don't want to do that. I think the Mavs got a chance, and I think they win this one. And honestly, we need them to win, because what do we have? We have that over 5.5 game. I don't really know where the heck that one is. Maybe 5.5 game 1 rebound, whatever. We took the over in the series 5.5. So we need that. Well, that's on life support, but I think they can get that job done. I mean, I'm going to be rooting for the Mavs because we need that 5.5 games. We need a win here, and then we probably need them to win as like plus 200 something underdog money line in game 5. But either way, if this is the end of the NBA season, I appreciate you guys for tuning in each and every day. I know the last few videos, but on a cruise ship, the winners have still been there. I think we're 4 and 3 in the final so far. It's not terrible, not great, but I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. We've had a really good NBA season, not up to our standards, sitting at 35 units when we've been above 50, I believe the last 2 seasons or close to that. I think 42 years ago, 56 last year, 35 or so, give or take whatever happens in this game. So it's been a really good season with y'all. Hopefully it's a pretty good game 4 for us. Maybe we'll go 3-0, and maybe we'll be back for game 5. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Like I said, if I'm back for game 5, I'm going to be in my normal scenery. If not, and this is the end of the NBA season, it's been a great ride with y'all. And if we are back for game 5, I'll see you then. If we're back in October, I'll see you then. And I'm about to get tapped into some MLB where we need to turn the season around over there. So stay tuned. It's going to be an action-packed summer. A lot of videos coming your way, whether it's another NBA one in game 5 or it's a bunch of MLB content. Might start to up those to 2 videos today. One with some game picks, one with some props. We'll see exactly how that goes down. But y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys hopefully back for game 5. It's Austin signing out, Trina signing out, and we'll see you guys back again hopefully for game 5. See you then. Peace.